The Blair Oaks School Board is reviewing its transgender student policy. Plus, recreational marijuana use will be on the November ballot. And how you can help one Mid-Missouri organization fill a need in the foster care system.
Coverage you can count on. KOMU 8 News starts now.
Tonight, the Blair Oaks School Board is holding a meeting that is reviewing their transgender policy. Good evening, Mid-Missouri. I'm Steffi Roche. Thank you for joining us tonight. Back in June, the school held a public forum for parents to comment on the transgender policy, and more than 100 parents showed up to express their feelings. KOMU 8's Jackson Valenti is in Wardsville and was at that meeting. He's live with the details of their discussion. Jaden.
So the meeting has just ended and every seat in the library was taken. Although the board said that they would not take action tonight because they did not feel that it was right without every member of the board there. The president of the board was not present tonight, which is a main part of the reason why action was not taken. The opening line of that policy says that the Board of Education believes that all students are entitled to a quality education in a safe environment. This belief extends to transgender students, that is, students who self-identify with a gender that is different from their biological sex. The controversial section of the policy refers to bathroom access, which reads, all students, regardless of their gender identity, will have the option of using the gender-neutral restroom, the restroom designed for their biological sex, or their self-identified gender. One parent says that she feels that her daughter isn't safe with the bathroom policy.
Just not sure that this is the best place for our children to be safe and educated. I think that we should be focusing on our children's math scores, geometry, history, literature, writing in cursive, and not their gender.
The board will reconvene where hopefully every member will be present and they can make a decision. Live in Wardsville, I'm Jackson Valenti, KOMU 8 News.
Thanks, Jaden. Well, officials hope Mid-Missouri students don't have to deal with public transportation issues this school year. A bus driver shortage has been a concern for the past few years. Student Transportation of America, which provides bus service to Columbia Public Schools, says it's more confident heading into this school year. One STA representative says they should have enough drivers when CPS starts in just 2 weeks, but they're still looking to hire more.
Do we have all the drivers that we would want? No, we don't have all the drivers that we want. Do we have all that we need to be able to do the routes? I believe so.
.com, you can find a link to apply for a job as a school bus driver. In Jefferson City, the Rotary Club welcomed more than 100 new public and private school teachers. The teachers attended a luncheon at Capital City High School. Jefferson City School District still has some openings for science and math teachers, but the superintendent says they will not settle for just any teacher.
You know, nationwide you see teacher shortages, so it's a challenge to hire, recruit and retain so many staff, and obviously we want to have the best and brightest here in JC schools, so it's always a little bit more difficult to find the right candidate, so we continue to pursue great teachers for our kids.
He also says teachers must be kid-centered and bring a passion for teaching every day. For the first time, Missouri voters will decide whether to legalize recreational marijuana this November. It's the only citizen initiative petition approved by the Secretary of State's office by today's 5 p.m. deadline. KOMU 8's Nate Brenner shares what the change could bring to Missouri.
Marijuana legalization could soon move beyond medicine in Missouri.
In order to amend the Constitution, you have to collect signatures out of 6 out of 8 congressional districts.
Out of more than 396,000 signatures Legal Missouri 2022 submitted, the Secretary of State's office approved more than 214,000, just meeting the threshold to let voters decide the fate of recreational marijuana this November.
You know, I thought it would be a little bit over, more so of a buffer than what we had, but I'll take what we got.
Some people don't necessarily feel comfortable getting their medical card. They're now going to be able to come to a licensed dispensary in the state of Missouri, and they're going to be able to get safe, tested cannabis products.
And it's going to allow automatic expungements for people that were convicted of marijuana, non-violent marijuana crimes to 3 pounds or less.
Amendment 3 levies a 6% state tax on marijuana and allows local taxes of up to 3%.
A tax revenue split into thirds. and 1/3 will go to the Veterans Commission, as it does with medical marijuana right now. The other third will go to drug addiction treatment, and then with the remaining 1/3, we will fund the Missouri Public Defender's Office.
It also outlaws employers from discriminating against medical marijuana card holders.
It's a little bit of a struggle for them. Do I choose my medicine or do I choose my job? And that's something nobody should have to choose. So with this bill, people will be able to get both.
And it sets the path for one of Missouri's budding industries.
Our industry is going to quadruple in size, from an employment standpoint. So it's exciting.
It's going to change a lot of people's lives in Missouri for the better.
Nate Brenner.
That was KMUH's Nate Brenner reporting. The vote to legalize recreational marijuana is one of 5 certified ballot measures for the 2022 election. Those also include the potential establishment of a funding minimum for police forces across the state. The deadline to certify additional measures is August 30th. Coming up, how one Mid-Missouri organization is working to get more foster families in the state. Plus, we'll tell you about the new MU Healthcare facility opening in Audrain County next week. Welcome back. Well, the number of children needing foster care in Boone County has increased, and there aren't enough families licensed to provide for all of them. KMUH's Alyssa Mueller visited a foster care organization to see what ways the community can help. Alyssa?
Steffi, according to the foster home Coyote Hill, in Boone County there are currently 338 children in foster care, but only 78 licensed homes. Today I visited Coyote Hill's office to talk to those trying to make a change. Coyote Hill says the number has only grown in the last few years. In the state of Missouri, you have to hold a license to foster children. Families with a license are able to foster up to 6 children, but are typically not able to house that many. Coyote Hill says when there's not enough families to foster, many children get sent somewhere else outside of the county, causing strain on the children.
When our kids have to move outside of the county or outside of the area, then that is just another long-term impact on them of being in an unfamiliar place and losing another piece of their history and of their story.
Dow said that anything the community can do counts. Despite the class being 4 months, Dow says it makes a lifetime of a difference.
Coming up, MU Healthcare will soon expand its services in Audrain County. Welcome back. Well, law enforcement in Albuquerque, New Mexico have arrested a man in connection to the fatal shootings of 4 Muslim men. Police charge Muhammad Saeed with 2 of the 4 killings. He is also a suspect in the other 2 murders. Police had previously put out an alert about the suspect's car. The police chief says community tips are what led to the arrest.
But we knew Albuquerque would step up and somebody would find and identify that vehicle for us, which is exactly what happened. And it is the city of Albuquerque, its residents, and in particular the members of the Muslim community who stepped forward.
The police say the killings were likely targeted, but they do not know if they were a hate crime. In other national news, the FDA announced today 1 monkeypox vaccine can be divided up 5 times. The move is designed to help deal with the low supply of monkeypox vaccines. There will now be an effective total of more than 2 million monkeypox vaccines in the U.S. Now the vaccine must be administered under the top layer of skin. Previously, the vaccine was injected with a needle into a layer of fat between the skin and muscle. MU Healthcare announced it will open a new urgent care clinic in Mexico next week. It will be at the same location as this MU family medicine clinic that opened earlier this summer. The new urgent care clinic is set to open a week from today on August 16th. It will be open from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. 7 days a week to serve patients on a walk-in basis. A press release said the clinic will provide, quote, a convenient and cost-effective option for parents. A survey from Rent.com found that Columbia has the 15th cheapest average rent in the country. The data was based off cities with a population of at least 50,000 people. The survey finds the average cost of rent is $915 per month. Even though that's the 15th cheapest in the U.S., it has actually risen by a nearly 20% increase since 2021. Some potential reasons for rent skyrocketing in Columbia include the pandemic's effect on college students.
A big driver in the rental market in Columbia is the student population, because they can't all be housed on campus, of course, and they're looking for outside, housing. And keep in mind, for 2 years, pretty much, I'm sure the number of people actually attending classes on the campus was down, which would reduce demand.
The Yarco companies in Kansas City conducted their own study and found rents are up nearly 10% year over year. Kansas City ranked 72nd cheapest rents in Rent.com's survey. All right, well, thanks so much for joining us on KMU8 News at 9. See you at 10. Bye-bye.
Have a good night.